So the latest, holy crap. Yeah, we're gonna talk now about what's going on in New York. I say I don't support boycotts, or at least I'm not a fan of promoting boycotts. But that might just be a semantic difference between boycott and vote with your feet and vote with your dollar. Boycotts always feel a little bit like high schoolish, like, I'm not going to shop there. You shouldn't shop there either. Cable here. And I don't like that activist telling other people what to do. This is what I'm doing and you should follow. So that in that sense, I don't really care for boycotts. But vote with your feet and vote with your dollar, people. And more important than all of that, get the hell out of New York. I don't know how many times I'm going to tweet it, but I'm going to tweet it a lot. Get the hell out of New York. Stay the hell out of New York. I don't even think I'm going to drive through New York State when I drive back to Canada. I will drive. I don't even think it's going to take much time off, add much time to the trip. I'm not driving through New York State. I might have to. I don't know. But boycott New York. It's full-on communism. And I made the joke in my vlog yesterday, communism in action, CIA, magnificent. For those of you who don't know, and I won't get into the detail that we got into on Sunday and that I got into yesterday in the vlog, Trump was found liable for fraud in that Letitia James persecution out of New York. He had already been found liable by summary judgment months ago. They had a 6-week trial, which was only on the quantum of the guilt, not on the substance of the guilt or the liability, because it's a civil case, but it's treated like a criminal case, basically. Okay. The ruling comes out, and it's pissing off everybody. It pissed off Mr. Wonderful. We're going to get to that clip in a bit as well. It's the only people who this could make happy are idiots or Stephen Colbert viewers. Let me just see something here. There we go. This is it. Let's bring this idiot up. This is what a modern day lynch mob looks like. They celebrate the injustice because they don't like the person. Replace racial prejudice with political prejudice. This is what you got here. This could be, I won't make any hyperbolic comparisons. Replace political prejudice with racial prejudice. That's what you'd have as a lynch mob. Look at this.
So this was not a great day for Donald Trump, but he told reporters, this isn't just about him.
It's a sad thing. It's a sad day for New York.
Is it, though? I got a room full of New Yorkers right here. Let me check. How do you feel about Trump facing criminal justice?
Kill him! Kill him! 2 minutes of hate! Hang him! Hang him! Execute him! Stone him! Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, they got the guitar and everything. It's amazing. Modern day lynch mob.
They hide their grief well. So this was not a great day for...
It's like, this is the Colosseum. Oh, I should have done that meme already before giving someone... Hey, are you not entertained? This is Roman Colosseum level. Execute him publicly.
I got a room full of New Yorkers right here. Let me check. How do you feel about Trump facing criminal justice?
Enjoy your bankrupted city and state, you barking lobotomized seals. Enjoy it. You be careful of the hell you usher in. The chickens have come home to roost. You reap what you sow. How many more expressions do we need to enjoy it? You're going to bankrupt your bloody state. You have a crime-ridden hellhole of New York now. It's only going to get worse. I put out a tweet that, it's going to be San Francisco in 20 years. And everyone's like, dude, 1 year. 1 year, give it, with the financial, intellectual, economical exodus that is happening, that must happen, and that should happen. Enjoy the hell that you've ushered in, you barking lobotomized seals. But don't take my word for it. You got Mr. Wonderful himself. Mr. Wonderful himself, who is also railing against it. The guy, I've given, what's his name? O'Leary. Dennis O'Leary? No, that's Dennis Leary. Timothy O'Leary? What's his first name? Kevin O'Leary. For goodness sake, Viva, get your shit together. Listen to this. We'll go through the whole thing here. It's fantastic.
Wouldn't there be many companies who would not want to do business or loan money to people like yourself or investors if they know that they can get away with fraud and there's no recourse to protect them?
Ignorance is strength, war is peace, and freedom is slavery. Listen to this idiot. I don't know what her name is. Apparently she's a lawyer. I don't know who she is because I don't watch shit. I try not to. I'm sorry. Now not only am I watching it, I'm making everyone else watch it. I don't know who she is. We'll get her name. At Western Lensman. Is that her? Up is down. Left is right. Evil is good. I don't read the Bible, but I know that's in there.
wouldn't there be many companies who would not want to do business or loan money to people like yourself or investors if they know that they can get away with fraud and there's no recourse to protect them?
Did you not watch let me know if her name is Western. Did you not watch or read or see the live tweets of the hearing? Do you not know what happened in that case, you raging idiot? And I'm talking about the woman on the left. Wouldn't they not want to? The banks wanted to lend to Trump. In full awareness of fact and law, the banks are angry that they will no longer have the opportunity to lend to Trump. Everybody benefited from that contractual relationship. No one was prejudiced from that financial relationship. But they've got to twist this sordid communist kangaroo court decision into such a way that it's justice. Well, now, isn't it good for New York? Now businesses are going to say, oh, I want to go to a state where I know that people won't get away with fraud, where I know that there's a rule of law. What does the law mean? Whatever the hell we say it means, depending on what color sweater you're wearing. But Mr. Wonderful picks up on it.
Excuse me, what fraud? This is not about Trump anymore. When you get a developer, by the way, that builds,
does she understand she has a guest on? Can you shut up and let him talk? Because you interrupt him a little later on too. She doesn't like the answer. These idiots, they don't want to have a discussion, and in their 5-minute, their in-depth 5-minute interviews, already interrupting him. But so am I. Sorry about that, Mr. O'Leary. Please continue.
a building, and he says it's worth $400 million, and he wants to borrow $200 million from a bank, which happens every day, everywhere on Earth, including every American city. Every developer is an entrepreneur. They shine the light on their building and they say it's worth 400. The bank does its own due diligence, as was done in this case, because they're very good at it. The banks are very good, and they say, no, it's worth 300. We're only going to loan you 150 million. That haggling has gone on for decades.
She doesn't
That's how it works.
She doesn't like the answer here.
And then in this case, even the bank that was supposedly defrauded testified and said, we didn't lose anything. We want to do business with this guy again.
They made $40 million in interest.
We'd like to, but the judge said, no. Let's penalize this developer for $355 million.
Will you stop yelling at me, Kevin O'Leary? Oh, bada bing, bada boom. That's a Fannie Willis trial reference. Okay, sorry. Carry on.
And we're going to do that. Let's penalize all the developers all across America. They've all done the same thing. All of them should go to jail, and we should stop building buildings. That's what the message is from New York. Even the governor herself is concerned about what this looks like to investors all around the world. It's not just U.S. domestic. All around the world, people are talking about what happened here.
I've heard what you said, and it's gone in one ear and out the other, because up is down, left is right, war is peace, ignorance is strength.
You really think people want to invest money in New York after this?
Nope.
How about we go somewhere else?
I think there are people who would. I don't want to cut you off, but I want to converse with you instead.
Just did.
It's only because I want to have a conversation.
I cut you off because I want to have a conversation. Oh my God! Why don't people watch this crap anymore? I can't understand why anyone doesn't watch this quality investigative journalism.
As opposed to just having you tell me.
Because you're a lawyer.
As opposed to just having you tell me, oh, I'm trying not to use swear words. You invited him, I presume. You invited him on the channel. Don't tell me anything. I invited you on my channel so that I can lecture you. Scum. MSM scum. There's a joke in this somewhere. You can't spell MSM. You can't spell scum. You can't spell magnificent scum without MSM.
Lawyer, you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
I got to tell you, I'm respectable for a number of reasons, Kevin O'Leary.
Hold on.
As opposed to just having... It's only because I want to have a conversation,
you know what?
Kevin.
I respect
as opposed to just having you tell me. I respect you
because you're a lawyer. You're a lawyer. You understand exactly what I'm talking about.
I got to tell you, I'm respectable for a number of reasons, Kevin O'Leary, but being a lawyer is one of those issues. But I'll tell you, when I hear your conversation, and I do want to converse with you about this point, I understand that there are legitimate concerns that were raised during the trial and will continue to be raised about who the quote unquote, who is actually bringing the suit. It wasn't the banks who were saying that
why did you start off with fraud then?
Consumers or unsophisticated feel this way. But Letitia James, the Attorney General, and I know you want to expand beyond Trump.
Who campaigned off prosecuting Trump, called him a threat, illegitimate president, accused him of money laundering through foreign assets because domestic banks wouldn't give him loans. And when that turned out to be bullshit, she had to find another theory of the case.
Has suggested, well, it's about making the playing field level for those who are not the major
they're doing
billionaire
it for
investors, but for those who are supposed to put business records out there, want to get a loan. The idea of making sure that they have to have the same true statements included as those who have a lot more money.
She can't even string together her stupidity.
Is there any weight to that for you?
No, there's no weight to that.
Well, I asked you who lost money, and I'll make it even clearer.
The answer is nobody.
You and I, we're developing a data center together, and I say to you,
I think the rest goes on for a little bit.
Remember, New York has the highest taxes in the country, the worst regulatory environment, and it's incredibly mismanaged. And I'm pointing out now, on top of that, you get this insanity, a victimless crime, and forget about...
It's not even a crime. It's a victimless persecution.
Trump. It's not about Trump. I don't care about Trump in this. I care about America, and I care about entrepreneurship, and I care about democracy and the fairness. The judicial system is now being criticized. People are asking themselves, the bar of New York, is this judge rational to charge $355 million in a
plus $100 million in prejudgment interest at 9%.
case where no one lost any money? Is that good for the people of New York? Should the people of New York wake up to this and say, what's happening to us? Why is this becoming so perverse? Why are we the focus of this injustice? And I have nothing to do with Trump. I'm not supporting Trump. I'm supporting American entrepreneurship. Okay. And New York is slowly becoming the #1 loser state in America. I'm sorry, that's what's happening.
Not supporting Trump doesn't mean he's not supporting Trump. It means he's going to be supporting Trump, but for reasons of supporting America. So good on Kevin O'Leary. And by the way, what are New Yorkers welcoming this on themselves? Well, you had a room full of New Yorkers at the Stephen Colbert show. They love it. They love it. They love it so much that even their freaking governor, Kathy Hochul, I despise her. I loathe her. Not love. Loathe. Because she is the jab-pushing demon. I'll see if I can pull that up, that clip later. She's the jab-pushing demon who came out and said, get your kids as young as 6 months jabbed. I know it seems young. Fraser's got the proverbial political gun to her head. I know it seems young. Go get your 6 months old jab. Listen to this. Listen to this statement that she's making. By the way, I don't know what it is about becoming a demon and starting to sound like Hillary Clinton. Because if you don't hear Hillary Clinton in this, maybe she's traumatized me. Hochul is beginning to sound, look, and act like Hillary Clinton. I don't know what it is. I think it's when you lose your soul and you become a spawn of Satan, you end up looking the same. Because Hillary Clinton looks a lot like George Soros as well. Listen to this.
I just got off the phone with Attorney General Tish James.
I just got off the phone with Attorney General Tish James. Oh, shit. I'm clenching my butt because shit's hitting the fan here in New York. And I'm the governor, and it's on my head. But I'm going to reassure you that it's all for the good. It's all for the better.
I just got off the phone with Attorney General Tish James.
Tish.
And spoke to her about how this sends a strong message that in the state of New York, business people who commit fraud and to hide their assets.
Do you guys hear Hillary Clinton in this, right? I'm not imagining things. The spin, by the way, people are going to be reassured to do business in New York. I mean, this is how detached and idiotic they are. I should let it play out. I'm sorry.
Will be caught and prosecuted, whether you're the president of the United States, a past president, and forever past president.
Forever past president? Dave, don't swear. It's early on in the day. She should go to. She should go to hell.
The United States.
Go to hell, Kathy Hochul. Past president and forever past president? I'm sorry. Do you control democracy now? Apparently, you think you do. Are you threatening Trump? Maybe.
Or you're an ordinary business person. No one is above the law here in the state of New York. And I congratulate her and her effort for making sure that that is a message that is heard loud and clear, not just here in New York, but across this entire nation. I just got off the phone.
I'm going to let it play one more time before I do that. Does everybody else hears Hillary Clinton in that, right? I'm just going to go to the chat here. This woman has never gotten a loan. Well, I don't know about that, Jules Verne 23. I'm not reading some of the... what a stupid... Okay, but does everybody hear Hillary Clinton in that? I'm going to play this again just so it can be intact and you could hear the utter stupidity. I mean, it's so outlandish. I watched it and I was like, this has to be CGI. This has to be artificial intelligence trying to make Kathy Hochul look like an idiot. It's not. Not just here, but a cracking time. You know, when Barnes talks on Sunday night about how the elite, the political elite, the aristocrats, they're so detached and they have such hubris that they don't see the folly in what they're doing. I'm now beginning to think it. This psychopath, and I'll call her a psychopath. I know I use that word a lot, but when dealing with politicians and lawyers, it's the word to use. And doctors also sometimes, but not all doctors. Some doctors are genuinely good, as are some lawyers. Just, you know, not that many. Bada bing, bada boom. She actually has convinced herself that this is going to be good for New York. And despite all evidence to the contrary, it's going to be good for New York. People are going to be reassured that the rule of law applies in New York, and they're going to flock to do business in New York. And when they don't, and they flock to leave, I have no doubt they'll blame it on racism. They'll blame it on anti-Semitism. They'll blame it on some underlying bigotry. They'll blame it on misogyny. Nobody wants to do business with a state that has a woman as a governor. This is how delusional they are. Because you can't even be that dishonest. There's nobody out there with a shred of dignity, a shred of intellectual honesty that would get out and say, this bastardization, defecation on the judicial system, turning it into a full-on communist kangaroo court, is going to be good for business. You can't be that stupid. And the spin, oh, it's going to really encourage people to come to New York. Come, guys, come. Can't go bankrupt. Someone's got to pay our salaries. Oh, what's that? Everybody's leaving. Well, we're going to have to tax the people that are stuck here even more. Oh, so there's that's going on in New York, and just, you know, the articles. This was another statement. I tried to find this particular statement in a speech. I'm not sure if it was the same one. This is quoting Hochul. Governor Hochul insisted that the massive $355 million fraud fine, plus $100 in prejudgment interest, slapped against Donald Trump won't scare away or hurt New York businesses because most local merchants abide by the law. I understand that the Trump ruling might make New York business people fearful, but this is really an extraordinarily unusual circumstance that the law-abiding, rule-following New Yorkers who are business people have nothing to worry about because they are very different from Donald Trump and his behavior. Hochul said, I could have found that in the Cats Roundtable. I'll go find that afterwards. If anybody can find the link and send it to me, that would be greatly appreciated. What's she basically admitting to here? It's a political hit job from the get-go. Lavrenti Beria, show me the man, I will find you the crime. You're not Donald Trump, law-abiding citizens. You're fine. It's different with Trump because we don't like him. We need to make him a forever past president. So show me the man, I'll find the crime. Oh, by the way, you know when it will be the same with you? When we decide we don't like you. So long as you follow the rules and abide by the laws, you'll be fine. Oh, I'm sorry, Hochul, do you want to tell me what those laws and rules are? Whatever the hell we say they are. Take your shit and leave New York. Hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids. They're coming up your windows, they're snatching up your tax dollars, and they're going to put you in jail. And that's the next step in all of this, by the way. Put you in jail. In this corrupt hellhole of a state, New York, in which Trump was fined $355 million plus $98 million in prejudgment interest by nipple judge Engoron. In the same state in which he was fined ordered to pay $85 million to batshit crazy psychopath E. Jean Carroll. Yes, I'm using that word again. She might not be a psychopath. She might just be schizophrenic, bipolar, or some diagnosable mental illness. She has a diagnosable mental illness. Either that or she just took too much acid back in the 70s and is having flashbacks to things that never happened. $85 million to her. It was $7.3 million in reputational damage. It was $11 million to the reputational rehabilitation program, so up to $18 million. That's right, and it was $65 million in punitive damages. Hey, yeah, go to New York State, dumbasses. Do business in New York. See what happens to you.